Okie dokie. Questions part 4. That was 8. 4. Questions part 4. This is going to take a while. Crystal Serta. Hey Alexa, I got a glammy question for you. Unfortunately, puffy, dark under eye circles seem to run in my family. As I'm getting older, I'm beginning to see them more and more. I use concealer, but it doesn't seem to hide them much. Is there anything else I can do for them? And you love me, and I love you. All right, cool. Dark circles are comprised of blues and purples. What's opposite on the color wheel? Orange. So a great technique is to take a little bit of orange lipstick, or if you have a MAC Pro by you, you get the orange color stick. But anything that's orange and creamy, even the cream color base from MAC, you can put a little bit in the dark area. Darkness is actually dried blood underneath the surface of the skin, and it's actually a small cosmetic procedure where they can just vacuum it out. My friend had it done. It's very easy. But if you're not into things like that, and I'm not into sucking things out from under my eye either, I would do that concealer method. Also, for the puffiness, caffeine acts as an agent to immediately depuff. So if I were you, I would use MAC Fast Response Eye Cream with the caffeine in it. Also, if you're a tea drinker, take the used tea bags, make sure it's caffeinated, like black tea bags that are used, put them in the fridge after you're done drinking your tea. Put them in like a Tupperware container. Collect them all. Then, right before you're about to do this treatment, put them in the freezer for about 5 minutes so that they're like super cold. Lie on the couch and literally take the ice cold tea bags and put them on your eyes. Lay there for about 10 minutes. When you remove them, oh my God, your skin will be so tight. But caffeine acts as an agent to immediately depuff. So yes, I would definitely use something with caffeine in it to get the puffiness. Once you counteract, so on a cosmetic, so you have the way to treat it, but cosmetically, once you put the orange on, if I were you, I would take an NW concealer from MAC, the squeeze tube one, and build it on top by packing it on top of the orange. NW25, NW30 is pretty safe for most people that have dark circles. If you go too light on top of color correction, it looks ashy. So you kind of want to keep the same tone as the rest of the face. So if I were you, that's how I would correct the dark circles. I hope that works. You can even try with like an old orange lipstick. I mean, seriously, it's super, super easy. And a great eye cream, oh my God, I had a friend that was using it. I don't want to say the name wrong, but it was it was like everywhere. It was like that instant dark eye thing. I'm sure if you Google it, it'll come up. But overall, great eye cream is always la mer. So I hope that helps. So that's the moisturizer. And do you have to use a primer before you apply foundation? Yes, if you want it to stay on. And there's lots of primers out there. You have your Laura Geller Spackle, and they have it tinted now. So the Laura Geller Spackle in Champagne is great. The MAC Prep and Prime is great. Laura Mercier is great. It's just whatever you think is good for you. So I hope that helps. And, oh yeah, they play music to the La Mer. So I hope that helps, Mary. Tiffany Fernito, you are a college student and don't dress up every day. Jeans with a cute hoodie or a cute t-shirt. What are some tips for everyday makeup that's not overly done? You have an olive complexion and dark hair, so you usually wear a light purple eyeshadow with some shimmer, mascaras, bronzers, and lip gloss. All right, so this is the thing. With color, it's a little bit iffy if you're going to be doing a hoodie. So let's take this ridiculous outfit, for example. I would totally leave the house in this. It's pajama pants, but they're from Target, and they're comfy enough looking that, like, you could wear them out, and they're just, like, they look like scrubs, and I like that, like, kind of mental patient-y look. So let's say I was wearing this. Totally, I would put on a tinted moisturizer. Stila makes great tinted moisturizers, and what you can do is they have a tinted moisturizer bronzer, so you can mix them together, put it on, it'll give you a nice glow, and it has an SPF in there that'll keep the sun away. And then you can do a little bit more bronzer on top, just the high points, golden bronzer. I would do a shade stick because they're quick. You literally go like this. Another great tool is this, oh, that's a message, is, I'll be right back, let me find it. Daniela Baldor. Hey Alexa, love you and Jerseylicious and all the girls. In your opinion, do I prefer the crease color first and then the lid? And what do I suggest doing first if I want a matte crease and a shimmer lid? Also, how can I become a Glam Fairy? So I answered the Glam Fairy question before. But yes, what you're basically saying is you want to maintain the integrity of each shadow and its properties. So if I were you, I would put your eye base on, which should be like primer, potion, or concealer, and avoid putting, for example, Luna all over your base or something where the properties underneath will transfer through to the eyeshadows. You want to make sure that you maintain the integrity of each color, so do that by having a clean brush for each shadow application. So let's say you want to do a matte crease. Let's say you want to do mystery, for example. Have a super clean brush, apply it on the crease, okay? Do your crease first and make sure that your shimmer panel, the light part in the middle, is totally not touched. So really have controlled brush movements. Then if you want your eyelid to have a light shade with a little bit of shimmer, use a synthetic brush and kind of pack it on in a very controlled movement right there. That way, I always teach my students, that way everybody's kind of respecting their dance space. If you want to lose the edge between the two areas, take a third brush and go in there, and that'll kind of buff out those areas that, it'll buff out that dance space in between. But yeah, that's the way that you can keep your crease matte. What else? Do I prefer doing the crease color first and then the lid? Absolutely. Always do your crease first, then do the lid. Because let's say you had a little fall down, especially those dark matte colors usually aren't jet milled. You can always take a Q-tip, those like pointed ones, and then they have a flat end, and wipe it clean so that when you pack the shimmer on for the shimmer panel and it's light, it won't have anything under there distorting it. But that's my thing when I do makeup, is I like to respect whoever designed whatever color it is. So if it's a shimmery eyeshadow, I want it to stay shimmery. If it's matte, I want it to stay matte, unless I'm mixing. But yeah, that's the way to do it. So I hope that helps. Stacy, hey Alexa, how could I make a 25-year-old mom from California Jerseylicious and hot? Well, I'm 28. So I'm older than you, girl, and you can be hot very easily. If you just want some quick steps, I like, for fun, the Chanel Cake Bronzer. It's so cool. It's baked and it's from